Good morning, Cougars. I'm Jean-Paul Simo.
And I'm Rory Williamson, here to bring you this week's episode.
As you may know, tonight's football game is jersey-themed. So, as you can see, we've decided to celebrate with our very own sports attire.
In today's episode, we will be taking a peek at a new way that students here at STM can follow our school's mission statement.
And take a special look at everyone's favorite kids on campus, the options department.
But before we move forward with our announcements, please stand for prayer and pledge.
About that, Cougars, let's continue with our show. We've got a ton of announcements to cover, specifically about homecoming. That dance really crept up on us, didn't it?
I know, I'm super excited for everything. The pep rally, the game, and of course, the actual dance. It's sure to be a fantastic experience.
Yeah, you're right. Especially because CougarCast will be airing a show every day of next week, with our annual homecoming special on Friday.
One thing we do need to talk about is dress themes. If you haven't heard, this year's HOCO theme is around the world.
Yes, and something unique that we're doing this year is dress day competitions. Thanks to Student Council for our fashion show after Mass yesterday. Hopefully everyone now has an idea of what you're wearing, but if not, we're here to remind you one more time. On Monday, 9th and 10th grades will dress up as mathletes, while juniors and seniors dress up as athletes.
Tuesday, underclassmen will dress in country get-ups, and upperclassmen in country club attire.
Our final competition dress day will be Wednesday, with Disney for our younger students and Marvel for our older ones. At the pep rally on Friday, we will have an overall grade winner, based on how many students dressed up. So students, you can be as imaginative as you can for these.
On Thursday, we will have an All-American USA theme. Make sure you don't wear any political slogans. Finally, Friday, you will wear this year's homecoming shirt, if you purchase one, with Mass bottoms. If you didn't purchase a shirt, you will be in full Mass attire. Shirts will be handed out early next week.
Man, I can't wait to dress up. It'll be so fun. But remember, all free dress day rules still apply. So if you forgot, you can go read page 54 of the handbook. Along with free dress, there will also be lunch games every day in the mall.
On Monday, we will play musical chairs. Tuesday will be cornhole in the mall.
Wednesday, we'll have a Disney versus Marvel trivia game. And Thursday will be everyone's favorite, Just Dance.
Junior and senior girls, this announcement is for you. Next Wednesday night, there will be a powder puff game, which is girls flag football, between the two grades. Sign-up spots are still available for teams, but forms are due today in the front office. The winners will play Friday during the outdoor pep rally.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I know Coach Cannon spoke at Mass yesterday about, making sure we're all on our best behavior next week, but all this goes back to the overall theme of the year, the more way, live it. Which reminds me, Rory, do you know the STM mission statement?
Well, even though I am a sophomore, it is still my first year here. I think it's something to do with being God's servant first.
Well, it's a part of it. The full mission statement is St. Thomas More educates students to be seekers of truth, individuals of character, and God's servant first. This year, we're taking that mission statement a step further with the More Way, which is a statement of purpose that seeks to help our students better understand our school's values and mission. It's based on the life of St. Thomas More and how he resisted King Henry VIII's attempt to violate church law by marrying Anne Boleyn. More showed us the way to be faithful, persistent, and honest Christians.
This week, we spoke to Dr. Masterson and Principal Marty Cannon to get more information on this insightful new model of integrity. Let's check it out.
So as we get ready for homecoming and all the exciting events we have coming our way, it's really a good opportunity to think about what we're coming home to. And part of that is the mission of this school. St. Thomas More educates students to be seekers of truth, individuals of character, and God's servant first. And now that we're in this next generation of our school, we have our first alumni principal, it's really helpful to think about what specifically that means. And so when we were talking about this and thinking about ways to make our students more aware of the mission, both as a school and in their own lives, we started to think about what we wanted to say specifically about each component of the mission statement: to be a seeker of truth, to be an individual of character, and to be God's servant first. So out of that has grown what we're calling the More Way, which is an effort to guide our students in a way of life that is modeled off of our patron, St. Thomas More, and gives guidance about how to be those three components that make up this full picture of an STM student.
So when I was a student at St. Thomas More, I had some outstanding educators. And I am comfortable. I felt like I can learn, I can expand my knowledge, I can also get involved in extracurriculars and have a great experience at St. Thomas More. So back then the mission statement was holding true and gave me a great experience. Now as the administrator of St. Thomas More, first-time principal, alumni principal, it is my job to uphold that mission statement and make sure that we're living it, make sure that it's a part of every single thing that we do here at St. Thomas More, where we're educating students to be seekers of truth, individuals of character, and God's servants first. That St. Thomas More diploma means something. It meant something to me 30 years ago. It means something today. And so the reason we came up with the More Way was to try and come up with a way to explain, what does the St. Thomas More student look like? What is the experience supposed to be? And so as principal of St. Thomas More, it is my goal to make sure that that mission statement and living the More Way is something that will go on into our future way after I'm gone and my grandkids are possibly here, who knows what. But I want it to stand strong, firm, and true for a long time, for many generations of St. Thomas More Cougars.
Students, be sure to pay attention to announcements during our daily episodes next week for more info about how to live out our mission statement.
Since we just heard about our own leadership, I think now is time to talk about some other leadership in our country. On Wednesday night, the second Republican debate was held in Simi Valley, California. It was a heated debate between 7 candidates, with many using Trump's absence as a way to criticize him and sway the vote in their favor. TikTok was also a large part of the discussion, with some politicians being in favor of it and others calling it digital fentanyl. Once again, we'll keep you updated as the race continues.
Well, as things continue to heat up with our upcoming election, our current government is facing problems of its own. We are currently on the brink of a government shutdown for only the 5th time in our nation's history. This means that all federal agencies will be classed into 2 groups, either essential or non-essential. Essential workers will still have to go to work, but without pay, while non-essential workers will be laid off until the shutdown ends. If Congress didn't spend some huge spending bills by tomorrow, then we could be a government halt until the beginning of next year.
Well, let's hope that not everything up north is shut down, because down here in South Louisiana, our water may become the biggest problem for us this fall. Because of the drought we've been having, the Mississippi River is slowly draining too. The brackish water is not being pushed back by the Mississippi. This could reach New Orleans' water intake valves as early as late October, causing tap water in the surrounding areas to become unsafe to drink. That means salt water from the Gulf may get into our water supply. We are, however, pumping millions of gallons of waters into the river every day, and the watershed has been getting significantly more rain in the last couple of weeks. So we should see a turnaround real soon.
Well, it is something we'll need to watch out for in the upcoming months. But bringing things back to campus, did you know that October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month? During this month, we celebrate people with Down syndrome and make people aware of their abilities and accomplishments. The month seeks to break down barriers for people with Down syndrome. So we invite you to get involved and spread the word about our wonderful friends, some of whom are members of our options program here on campus.
That's great. In this episode, we decided to head on over to options classes, so you can put a name to a face. Let's check it out, then move on to sports with Callie.
Options department is made up of 19 students who attend our school for 5 years, with some who choose to join the extension program for an additional 2 years. During their time on campus, they participate in electives, theology, and so much more. We decided to head on over to meet all of them and see what their favorite things are to do on campus.
Hi, I'm Mary Claire.
Hi, I'm Isabella.
We both work in the library 5th hour.
We are both the extension grades of the options.
Visiting with friends.
I like to go at work hour and help out.
My favorite is work.
Hi, we're juniors in the options program.
My favorite subject is PE. Callie is my mentor, Bradley is my friends.
TV production, because I like to have fun.
My favorite subject is religion because we learn about Savior and God. That's why.
Hi, I'm
My favorite thing to do with the mentors is bowling.
My favorite to do with the mentors is beanbag toss.
I like to play board games with my mentor.
I like to play the parachute with the mentor.
Hi, my name is Esther Stanfield. I like to draw and read.
My name is Nicholas Editor. I play sports.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Cummings, and my favorite thing to do is see my friends.
My name is Zoe Claire Cummings, and I like to draw.
So next time you see one of our friendly classmates, be sure to tell them hello. Signing off from room 403, I'm Sully Hanks.
Morning, Cougars. I'm Callie Briette, and I'm your first-time sports anchor here to give you some updates. First, spiking over to volleyball, varsity played ESA at home on Monday, sweeping the floor with them, and also last night taking home the win against Sam Houston. Next Tuesday on October 3rd, they will be playing Ascension away for their big charity fundraiser. We will tell y'all more details next week. Make sure you go out and show them some support. Keep it up, girls. Running on over to cross country, they participated in the Mount Carmel run last Saturday morning, and the top runners were John Henry Fitzgerald, who got 5th place. For the girls, Cameron Hike also got 5th, and Ellie Bond got 7th. Tomorrow, they will be headed to Baton Rouge to compete in the St. Joseph's Invitational held at Highland Park. Races start at 8 a.m. Good luck to all of our runners. Swimming into some victories, the swim team had a meet on Tuesday and received several first-place awards. Congrats, swimmers. They will be off next week and they will be back in the water October 10th. Now, kicking on over to football, varsity will be playing away at Denham Springs tonight, and kickoff is at 7. Head on over to Denham Springs and show your support. Tickets will be online for $10 and $12 at the gate. A card reader will be available. Don't forget to show up in your best jersey attire. Have a great day, and let's get on into birthdays.
Today's birthday. And happy birthday, Cougars.
Continuing with our announcements, one thing coming up next week is the AR deadlines. The senior deadline is this coming Monday in this weekend, Cougars. The quarter ends real soon.
Really? The end of the quarter is already here? Man, everything's happening so fast. At this rate, we'll be in college before you know it.
You know, JP, we are only sophomores, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about college visits. Tulane University is coming in from New Orleans today for a college visit at 3rd hour. You must sign up in advance to attend. If you want to travel a little further away for college, next Tuesday, October 3rd, Baylor University, located in Waco, Texas, is going to be visiting the campus during 7th hour. These are the only college visits visiting here in the next 2 weeks in order to prepare for the college fair. You will hear more about this event next week.
Well, if you want to go to college for writing, now might be your chance, since this year's 148-day writer's strike is finally ending. The leaders of the Writers Guild of America unanimously signed off on a deal with Hollywood studios, which means some TV shows might be coming back sooner than you think.
The whole conflict started with the growing use of AI, especially in media. This seems to be a current trend, even in our local news. It was announced earlier this week that KATC is ending its live nightly news segment, moving to a more pre-recorded show, led by AI instead of anchors.
Wow, these are crazy times. I don't think Miss Robin would let us do that in CougarCast anytime soon.
Yeah, you're right about that. Moving back to Hollywood, or more specifically Los Angeles, did you know that Hispanic Heritage Month started in the city itself? The month started this year on September 15th to coincide with the Independence Day of many Latin American nations. It is an annual celebration that is used to recognize the contributions and influence of Hispanic Americans to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States.
The more you know. Well, I think that is all the announcements we have for today. Teachers, remember we will have an episode every day next week, starting on Monday. So if you have any morning announcements, please email them directly to Miss Robin Nagdeman.
We look forward to seeing you every day next week, especially on Friday, for our biggest show of the year. Signing out for Room 403, I'm Rory Williamson.
And I'm Jean-Paul Simon, and we'll see you Monday.